Why hello the internet, welcome to Planet J. Yes, that's right, Studio J now has its own planet. Just kidding, I don't actually have the budget for my own planet. I don't think anyone does have a budget for their own planet, but what I do have the budget for is one of these. Yes, it is a 360 camera, specifically the Insta360 One X2. I don't know why camera companies have to give their products names like that. The One X2. Anyway, One X2. It's 360 camera. Finally decided to take the plunge because our little friend here, the GoPro Hero Session, it's an old GoPro. It trudged through Japan earlier this year beautifully, but it is showing its age, bless it. And well, I like fancy cameras, so I decided why not take the plunge and get it made a beep at me, saving something. I did something, I don't know what I did. I've had this thing for like a day now. I'm still learning how to use it, which incidentally brings me to what this video today is about. It is basically me learning how to use a 360 camera, because you will see going forwards that not only do you have some gloriously stabilized footage from the gimbal that I'm talking to you at now, also the Insta360 has native stabilization built into its software, which is pretty incredible to say the least. It shoots at 5.7K, whatever that means. It's more than 3K, it's more than 4K, it is 5.7Ks. Big video footage, big video files. So I'm going to take it for a spin, see how it does, and show you folks what one of these beauties can do, and the subsequent editing process as well, because that is something that has for a while put me off 360 cameras. So how do you edit a video that is a sphere? Time to find out. I'm also learning how to actually use this camera as well, because it's very complicated. I'm also going to, apart from that bit you have just seen there today, the internet, is I'm going to try and shoot as much of this video as I can on the 360 camera to learn how to use it, show you folks what it does, and just explore the features of this wonderful little bit of kit. So time to walk across this large field. We'll go straight into the fact that the camera has this thing called the invisible selfie stick, which is how I'm able to film and walk with this camera being about 5 feet away from me, and you can still see all of my extremities because the camera is able to work out where the stick is. I'm pointing to it. You can't see it, the internet, right now, but it's here. I don't have mind powers to make the camera levitate. It can cut out the selfie stick and give you the impression that the camera is that far away from you, and also the stabilization makes it nice and smooth, flying around. It's almost like I have my own drone. That is also something that's on the list, by the way. I want to buy a drone at some point. But anyway, enjoy some nice, stabilized, not drone, but drone-like footage of walking across a field. Of course, the wind is getting up a bit now, so it's a good test on the microphone to see how well it works for wind reduction. That's if any of what I've just said now is salvageable from either the GoPro that I have recording for audio capturing purposes, and also the 360 itself. Now there it is, 5 feet above my head. and then the internet, enjoy the next bit as I take not my drone, dangerously close to some trees, because I can do that because it's not a drone. But you can get the awesome flying through the trees. I hit a tree. But don't worry about it, because it means, because it's not a drone, I can hit the tree leaves and not have to worry about the fact that I've just lost a few £100 worth of equipment. Anyway, back to droning. Oh, well that's annoying. It's going to go over this bridge, but I can't because it is closed for made up reasons. Damn it. Okay, well let's this could be the end of all things as I try and make my way down this slope. Yes, did it. And if I had fallen over my arse, you'd have got a good shot of that. Let's see how it does in low light. Take it through underneath. The trees go, whoa, whoa. It's gonna be great. And because it's stabilised, I can speed it up in editing and give you an IRL version of speeder bikes through the forest moon of Endor. But one of the neat things about the 360 camera is, or at least the Insta360 anyway, it has an edit setting called Tiny World, which is what you're looking at now. It's zoomed all the way out. It's 360 degrees. Tiny World. Planet J. That's what we're calling it. Let's bring you back down. Retract the selfie stick. I've looked like an idiot enough walking around with a camera on a big 5-foot pole for the last however long. The GoPro can tell me. The GoPro, look, it's still there. The last 9 minutes. How much of that is going to make the cut? I don't know. We will find out. I don't like getting rid of old equipment, even when I've replaced it with something arguably superior. I don't like throwing it away. I still like using it. That's why I still have my Canon 550D DSLR from 10 years ago. I still have batteries for it. I still have memory cards and lenses for it. I still maintain it because it's a good camera. Here's the other side of the bridge. That's what they were working on. Repaving it apparently with fresh tarmac to get full of potholes by the end of the day, the week, the month, the year. Let's call it the year. It's October of 2023, so it will have potholes in it by the end of this year. Of course, now that I've said that on video, and a number of you will have watched this, you're going to want to know if it has or not. So check back in December of this year for a follow-up video on probably a YouTube short. Does the bridge have potholes in it? We'll find out. More action shots. I hope that looks good. Neat thing about the 360, because it is a 360 camera, it is shooting everything in 360 degrees that way and all the ways. It's shooting a sphere, so I don't have to worry about what angle I'm holding my camera at. It's not like the GoPro, where if I switch to GoPro view now, turn it on the side, it goes sideways, and it ruins the video. 360, I can go left, right, up, down, sideways. Just hold it for sweeping by the bush action shots. It's great. Absolutely great. Again, I'm saying all of this before I've had a chance to actually review the footage and edit it and do, well, anything with it. I'm just hoping that it's going to come out well. Which, speaking of editing, let's now go back to the studio and edit this. Why, thank you, On Location Me. Welcome back to the studio, folks. It's now editing time, having taken this wonderful little camera out for a spin. There are actually a couple of ways with an Insta360 that you can edit your footage. There is the traditional way of putting the memory card in your computer, copying the files across, and then using the Insta360 Studio, which you can download from the website for free. You have to have a 360 camera to download it, because you have to pop your serial number in before it will let you download it. Or you can use I'm getting my iPad out here for you now, the Insta360 app. Works on phones and tablets. I prefer a larger form factor for editing footage, so tablet it is. You basically can connect your camera to your device and download footage via Wi-Fi from the memory card to the tablet or phone. It's very handy if you are out on location running out of space. You can download it to your device, edit it on the fly, and then upload as you go. You don't have to do the more traditional editing approach like I do of filming all the footage, dumping it onto the computer, and then editing it like that. Instead, you can just do it on the go. First time I've used the 360 camera as well in the studio, so behold the complete view of the studio as this pans around slowly with the editing software, because I'll need to edit this as well after I've finished editing. This footage, as you can see here, past me, outside me, inside me. And if you are enjoying this video and my camera shenanigans, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It is really helpful in letting me grow this channel and bringing you fine folks the content that ultimately you're enjoying, and one day I can make more of this and continue to bring things forward on the internet. And to give you fine folks a little taste on how the editing process actually works for a 360 video, we are going to go full Inception mode here and go video inside a video inside a video of the scene you have, or the scene, in the bit you have just seen me record from the 360 camera, which is now sat here, has now been put into the computer. Got the Insta360 software up and ready to go. So you are now looking at me editing me. Full Studio J Inception here. But you start out with this raw file that is your video footage. You import it into the software. And already one of the things that you can do immediately with your mouse is you can just drag the video around if you are shooting in 360 mode. You can see the tripod that it was mounted on beneath, and then all of everything that's above, everything that's behind me right now, and then obviously me myself, and the not a great screenshot there, buddy, not a great screenshot, but this is what you get to see. And then playing back the video, whilst it is playing, you can still pan around and look at things and decide what angle you want to go with, how you want to edit it. You trim your clip because there was an outtake there. So you're going to watch me now edit literally what you have just seen. So I think first things first, take it back to the beginning and bring it in a little bit. Now, the trick with editing 360 videos, particularly with the Insta360 software, you use keyframes. So I add a keyframe. It has a few preset things such as like ultra wide, wide, linear, linear plus linear, narrow, regular. The tiny planet that you saw earlier, which is when it looks like you're on an orb, it doesn't really work when you're inside. Then crystal ball, welcome to the ball of Studio J. It's now an orb. And then good old fisheye. For this shot, I think the easiest will be just going for, I think, just regular wide. And then pick that up so it'll stay cut at this. If I rendered the video out now, it would render this. So watch this through, speed it up a little bit. See, what I'm doing there is I'm holding the iPad out of frame, but 360 camera. Boom, back in frame. So what I'll do, go back to this shot, add in another keyframe. So that full shot there is now going to be at that angle. If I will zoom in on this timeline a little bit, bring it back, and then pan down. Add in another keyframe now. If I play that back, you'll see a nice little pan down. Simple as that, and it will stay like that again until I pop another keyframe in and end it. Okay, so now that I'm doing a thing to the camera, again we'll pop this keyframe in, wide, yep. And I'm talking to the camera, so let me just see how long this bit lasts, because I will do a pan around like animation with the camera. Okay, so pan around to here. I'll zoom it out a little bit. Yeah, right. Keyframe in. And then back to me. And in theory, and now future me, or present me, past me, I'm getting confused. There is a lot of things going on here, but that's that bit edited. And then the simple case is you render it out. You can select a decent encoding format. I'm going to go for H.264. Recommendation that I have seen on videos prior to getting the 360 camera, because I learned how to use, well, I tried to learn how to use it first and how to use the editing software. Render it at HD, basically. So I'll start the export. This will spin around in the corner, and ta-da! There you go. That is a very quick guide and sort of experience on how to use the editing software. You can see it is a very simple and intuitive bit of software to use. I was actually quite amazed at how simple it was to do. And there you have it, folks. That is 360 camera. It's the new addition to the repertoire of Studio J's filming equipment. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one with some more 360 footage. Bye for now.